This disclaimer image establishes the channel's mission to help busy home cooks break down complicated recipes into simple visual step-by-step guides. The legal disclaimer ensures transparency about recipe sources and viewer responsibility. Melanzane alla Parmigiana, Italian-style eggplant parmesan. A classic southern Italian comfort dish of thinly sliced eggplant, shallow fried until golden, then layered with simple tomato sauce, fresh mozzarella, and fragrant herbs, baked until bubbling and beautifully browned. Unlike the breaded Italian-American version, this authentic recipe skips the breadcrumbs entirely, letting the silky sweetness of the eggplant and the milky richness of fresh mozzarella shine through. Ready in under an hour. This recipe keeps things beautifully simple. You only need a handful of ingredients and nothing exotic or hard to find. Let's walk through them. For your main ingredients, you'll need about 2 pounds of eggplant. That's roughly 2 large or 3 medium eggplants. The common dark purple Italian variety works great. You'll slice these about 4-inch thick, so think about the thickness of 2 stacked coins. Grab some kosher salt. It's the coarse, flaky kind, easier to pinch and sprinkle than regular table salt, and about 1 cup of olive oil for frying. Don't worry, the eggplant won't absorb all of it, but you want enough to shallow fry properly. For the sauce and cheese, you'll need 2 cups of a good quality tomato sauce. Store-bought is totally fine as long as it's simple and not loaded with sugar or heavy spices. Something like a basic marinara or passata works perfectly. Then pick up 8 ounces of fresh mozzarella. That's the soft white ball that comes packed in liquid, not the dry shredded kind in bags. The fresh stuff makes a world of difference here with its creamy, milky flavor. Lastly, grab a small bunch of either fresh oregano or fresh basil, whichever you prefer or can find. These go between the layers and on top at the end for a beautiful aromatic finish. For equipment, you'll want a 6-cup baking dish, a standard small to medium casserole dish, a 10-inch cast iron skillet for frying, and a sheet pan with a wire rack for salting the eggplant. If you don't have a wire rack, a colander or even a plate lined with paper towels will do in a pinch. Before any heat gets turned on, there are 5 quick prep steps to get everything ready. This is where a little patience pays off big time. First, slice your eggplant. Cut it into rounds that are about 4-inch thick. Try to keep them roughly the same thickness so they cook evenly later. Don't stress about perfection, just aim for consistency. Second, salt and drain the slices. Set wire racks inside 2 rimmed baking sheets. The rim keeps any liquid from dripping off the counter. Lay out the eggplant slices in a single layer on the racks and sprinkle both sides lightly with kosher salt. Now just walk away for 20 minutes. The salt is pulling moisture out of the eggplant. You'll actually see little beads of water forming on the surface. This step is really important because it prevents the final dish from turning out soggy. Third, blot them dry. After the 20 minutes are up, take paper towels or a clean kitchen towel and press firmly on each slice to soak up all that released moisture and excess salt. Don't skip this. Wet eggplant won't fry up crispy and golden. Fourth, prepare your mozzarella. Take the fresh mozzarella ball and either shred it with your hands or tear it into small bite-sized pieces. Since fresh mozzarella is quite wet, give the pieces a gentle pat with a clean towel to remove some of that extra water. This small step helps keep the dish from getting watery during baking. Fifth, tear your herbs. Take your fresh oregano or basil and tear the leaves by hand into smaller pieces. Tearing rather than cutting actually releases more of the aromatic oils and gives you a better flavor. Set these aside. You'll be tucking them between the layers soon. That's it for prep. Everything is now ready to go and the actual cooking is surprisingly quick. Now for the fun part. There are 5 cooking steps and they flow naturally from one to the next. Step 1. Get your oven and oil going. Turn your oven on to 400 SFE, that's 200 SFE, so it's nice and hot when you need it. Pour olive oil into your cast iron skillet to a depth of about 1/2 inch and set it over high heat. Wait until the oil is shimmering. You'll see it start to ripple and look almost wavy. That means it's hot enough. If you're unsure, you can dip the edge of 1 eggplant slice in. If it immediately sizzles, you're good to go. Step 2. Fry the eggplant in batches. Don't crowd the pan. Work in 3 to 4 batches, laying the slices in a single layer. Fry them for about 5 minutes total, flipping once until they're golden brown on both sides. When they're done, lift them out and transfer to a sheet pan lined with paper towels to drain off the excess oil. Swap out the paper towels if they get too soaked. Give each batch a light sprinkle of salt while they're still hot. Add a little more oil to the skillet between batches if the level gets low. Step 3. Build your layers. This is where it all comes together. In your baking dish, start with a layer of fried eggplant slices covering the bottom. Spoon a thin layer of tomato sauce over the top. Then scatter some of your shredded mozzarella and torn herbs over that. Now repeat. Eggplant sauce, cheese, herbs. Keep going until you've used everything up and the dish is full. One important thing to remember, leave the herbs off the very top layer. They'll burn in the hot oven and nobody wants charred, bitter herbs on their beautiful dish. Step 4. Bake it. Slide the dish into your preheated 400 SFE oven and let it bake for 25 to 30 minutes. You're looking for the top to be bubbling energetically and turning a gorgeous golden brown. The cheese should be melted and slightly caramelized. That's when you know it's ready. Step 5. Rest and serve. This last step is one that beginners often skip, but it makes a huge difference. Pull the dish out of the oven and just let it sit on the counter for a full 10 minutes. It might look a bit wet and juicy right out of the oven. Don't panic. During this resting time, the eggplant slices reabsorb almost all of those extra juices and the layers firm up into a beautifully cohesive dish that holds together when you serve it. After resting, scatter some fresh oregano or basil leaves over the top for color and fragrance and serve it up with pride. You just made an authentic Italian classic.